Welcome back, everybody. This is Brother Jacob, and this is the False Prophet channel where we get Islam busted and the false prophet of Islam, Muhammad, busted on a regular basis. In tonight's episode, depending on which time you will be viewing this particular broadcast, we will be destroying, once again, our regular guest, none other than Muslim Cheerleader. And you might ask, Brother Jacob, are you picking on Muslim Cheerleader? No, that has nothing to do with it. You see, Muslim Cheerleader, he is the perfect example, as you're going to see in this video that we're going to break down. He is the perfect example of every Muslim that you will come across. He exemplifies or exhibits all of the traits of a taqiyya, deceiving, lying Muslim. And we will show you in this video how he gets himself busted. And we're going to break down the psychology of Muslims like Muslim Cheerleader. You find them everywhere. You find them in every comment section. And they are very easy to destroy. So to answer your question as to why I choose to use Muslim Cheerleader, because he is the perfect fit. And when we talk about Muslim Cheerleader, we're not really talking about him. He is just a poster boy for every Muslim that you will come across. They have all of the traits of Muslim Cheerleader, okay? Now, in this particular video, and also he is just a platform for us to, I'm basically teaching people who's watching how to dismantle the arguments of Muslims. It's very simple, as we're going to show you in this video, where he gets his prophet, almost that puppet, where he gets his prophet destroyed. So without further ado, let's play the video and you'll see.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So what you see in front of you is a guy who left a comment. His name is DL Traveler. He said, Muslim warrior, is Adam the first man a prophet? What about Noah, of which both came before Abraham? This guy is referring to the hadith about the prophets being of the same paternal father and different mothers, right? So in Sahih al-Bukhari, as you can see, this is the Sahih al-Bukhari. It says, narrate Abu Hurairah, Allah's Messenger ﷺ said, both in this world and in the hereafter, I am the nearest of all the people to Jesus, the son of Mary. The prophets are paternal brothers. Their mothers are different, but their religion is one.
Notice what he said, and notice what he read. He read, and as everyone saw, his prophet said, the prophets, plural, are paternal brothers, okay? So basically, let me give you a setup what's taking place. Someone like myself, a Christian who had who spotted a error in, the hadiths, he pointed something out to Muslim Cheerleader in his comment section. So Muslim Cheerleader, seeing that this person made a very, very valid point, he became very, very alarmed and agitated by the fact that someone pointed out a huge error that Muhammad made. So Muslim Cheerleader, he's playing cleanup man now, as you will see, and he's trying to weasel his way out of the mistake that Muhammad made.
Now, first of all, this guy, what he said is that he was saying that is Adam the first man a prophet? But if he's trying to use this logic, he's taking it out of context, and he will fail miserably. Because if he says, is Adam the first man a prophet? What about Noah, of which came both Abraham? I'm going to ask him a question. Since he said that Adam is a prophet, Is the hadith here saying all the prophets?
Notice what he said. He said, since the guy who left the comment is saying that Adam is a prophet. No, let's rewind it back.
Adam, the first man, a prophet. What about Noah, of which came both Abraham? I'm going to ask him a question. Since he said that Adam is a prophet, is the hadith here saying all the prophets?
Notice what he said. Is the hadith saying all the prophets? Okay. Keep that in your mind. He's asking us a question, and we're going to show him that, yes, this hadith is speaking about all the prophets. Keep that in your mind. Remember the question he asked. Is this hadith saying all the prophets? Keep that in your mind. Because if you haven't already picked up the problem, the man that you saw in the comment section, he's basically pointing out a problem in this hadith where Muhammad said that all of the prophets are paternal brothers, meaning they come from the same father. But the dude was very clever who left the comment, because he said, he's basically saying, you Muslims say Adam is also a prophet, but Adam is not a brother to any of the prophets, nor did Adam have a mother or father. Adam was the first created person. He didn't have a earthly mother or father. So it's no way that Adam can be a paternal brother with any other prophet. Do y'all get the point? So what Muslim Cheerleader is doing right now, he's trying to find a way to get out of it, okay?
Right? All the prophets are paternal brothers. Does that mean that Adam, since he's also a prophet, since Adam is a prophet, so according to you, you're saying he's included with these prophets. But does Adam have a father and a mother? No, he doesn't. So of course the hadith is not referring to prophets including Adam, right? Since Adam has no mother or father, right?
Okay, so basically what he's saying now is he sees the problem. So his logic that he's employing right now, he's basically saying that, translation, this is what he's doing. I see what this guy said, but Muhammad cannot make any mistakes. So because Muhammad cannot make any mistakes, this hadith, it can't be speaking about Adam when it says the prophets, plural, are paternal brothers, because Adam did not have a mother or a father, and he was the first human. Therefore, he wasn't a brother to any of the prophets. So this can't be talking about Adam. It's talking about every other prophet other than Adam, even though the hadith does not make any exceptions. And we're going to let the tape roll, and we're going to continue to break it down as we go.
But he's a prophet, right? And he has no mother at all, right? So what I mean here, if you take the hadith in context, it means that paternal brothers, that means all the prophets from the Israelites, they go to Isaac, and from Ishmael is the brother of Isaac, which the Arab prophets came, right? Meaning Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. So their father is one, meaning Abraham is called Abul Anbiya, right? And the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said in a hadith that a child was born to me this night, and a name.
So basically, as you see him explaining it, trying to explain it away, he's trying to say that paternal brothers mean all of the prophets of the Jews come from the line of Isaac, and Muhammad comes from the line of Ishmael, which is also a lie. And I challenge you, liar, to show us proof that Muhammad descended from Ishmael, because that's a that's a topic for a whole nother video, but Muhammad does not descend from Ishmael. That's a lie that Muslims tell us. The Quran does not say that Muhammad descends from Ishmael. That's a lie that Muslims perpetrate, but it's not reality. So what he's saying to try to get out of the mess, he's trying to say that it's talking about paternal brothers, but that came from Isaac and Ishmael, but it's not talking about Adam because, Muhammad couldn't make a mistake like that. So obviously it can't be talking about Adam, even though the hadith says the prophets, and it made no exceptions. It did not exclude Adam when it says the prophets. So what this Muslim cheerleader is doing, he's having to play cleanup man for his stupid prophet. Now let's just let the tape roll.
Him after my father Abraham, although Abraham is many generations away from Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, but Prophet still called him Abraham, referring to his father Abraham. Their mothers are different, meaning the mother of the Israelite prophets, which go to Isaac is the son of Sarah, and the mother of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ going to Ismail is Hagar. Right? So Abraham is one father. He married two women, Sarah and Hagar. Another interpretation is actually, which you can go check it, and there's many interpretations about it, that it says, both in this world and the hereafter, I'm the nearest of all the people to Jesus, the son of Mary. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is giving a metaphorical statement here, saying that he is the nearest in Sharia, in law. The Islamic law, the Islamic Sharia is because the Prophet, Allah says, وَلِكُلٍ جَعَلْنَا شِرْعَةً وَمِنْهَاجًا. Allah says that for every nation we have made their own Sharia, their own law, and their own way, right? So the Sharia that Jesus came is different than the Sharia of Muhammad, although the religion of Jesus is Islam still, and the Jesus of Prophet and the religion of Prophet Muhammad is Islam. So saying paternal brothers, it's comparing the religion.
He said the religion of Jesus is Islam and the religion of Muhammad is Islam, but Jesus, he referred to God as the Father, and Muslims say that God is father to no one, but yet he's telling us that Jesus and Muhammad were both Muslims following Islam. But we'll continue to let it play.
Paternal brothers means religion. They are all the prophets come with the same religion, Islam. Their mothers are different, meaning their way or their law is different. So the Sharia of Muslims today, of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, was different than the Sharia of Jesus, was different than the Sharia of Moses, was different than the Sharia of Abraham, was different than the Sharia of Adam, Noah, was different than the Sharia of all those, right? So the mothers here means different Sharias, right? But paternal brothers means they are all brothers in faith, meaning in Islam. They are all Muslims. They are not different.
You see what he said? Now, what he's trying to say, he's trying to get out of the paternal brothers problem, because Adam, even like he admitted, Adam cannot be a paternal brother because Adam didn't have a mother and a father. He was the first man created for all of those obvious reasons. He even admitted that. So now what he is saying, he's trying to say that paternal brothers mean of the same faith. Now, how we going to get him busted is because, number one, if Muhammad meant paternal brothers as a metaphor, meaning the same faith, the first question is, why didn't he say that it was a metaphor? Okay, these hadiths are basically the words of Muhammad. So if paternal brothers is a metaphor, then why didn't Muhammad say that it was a metaphor? When you read the Bible and when Jesus is speaking a parable, he'll tell you, it'll say, and Jesus spoke a parable. Okay? Muhammad, if this is a metaphor, that doesn't make sense, because number one, he would have said it's a metaphor. If he wanted to make an exception, as we will show you, we're going to show you another hadith. If Muhammad wanted to make an exception, he would have made an exception by saying all prophets are paternal brothers except for Adam. Okay? Muhammad did not do that. Now, if he's saying that paternal brothers mean faith, then why can't it just say brothers instead of having to say paternal brothers? When you start saying things like paternal, that's obvious that you are not talking about a metaphor, because paternal and maternal, that's dealing with lineage. Okay? So he understands this problem that Adam cannot be from the lineage of any he can't be a brother to anybody from a lineage because he is the first man. He didn't have a mother and a father, so he's not a brother. So I got to find a way to twist these words, and I got to say that it's a metaphor because I know that someone like brother Jacob, he's smart enough to see. So I got to do cleanup. I got to fix the words of Muhammad because this is a total disaster. I see it. I understand it. But I got to pretend like it's a metaphor and it has some deep meaning that you got to look layers and layers beneath. No. People, Islam is not that complex. You don't have to look no deep layers. This is a very silly religion. Okay? So what he's trying to do is weasel his way out of it. Okay? Now, if he's trying to say paternal brothers is a metaphor, that don't make sense. It could have been good enough if it was a metaphor to just say brothers. Do y'all get what I'm saying? So to add paternal, because when you look at when it says their mothers are different, but their religion is one, it didn't say their maternal mothers are different, but their religion is one. You get what I'm saying? So that's not a metaphor. He's trying to make it a metaphor because it's a huge problem. But let's continue.
So this is another interpretation of this hadith. And this you can actually go and check it up in many of the hadith tafsir books. It says this way. And it also says that paternal brothers here is referring to they are all brothers coming from the father Abraham, but with different mothers, Sarah and Hagar, right? And
you heard what he just said? He said you can check out the translation, and it says that it means that they are all paternal brothers coming from Abraham. But he sees the problem that Adam didn't descend from Abraham because Adam didn't have a mother and a father, and he was the first person. So now he's trying to exclude Adam from the list of prophets, even though it says the prophets.
Since it says also that the prophet is the closest to Jesus, he's trying to show similarity to the Jews and to the Muslims, that there's no difference between the prophets, that the prophets are all equal, and that Jesus is closest to him, meaning that Jesus is from Isaac, he's an Israelite, and Prophet Muhammad is an Ishmaelite prophet, right? So
no, not right, left, because you are wrong, because Muhammad is not an Ishmaelite. Muhammad did not descend from Ishmael, so get that correct.
They are both brothers, but they come since Ismail was the brother of Isaac, and Jesus came through Isaac, and Prophet Muhammad came through Ismail, right? But their father is one Abraham, right? And their mothers, meaning Sarah and Hagar, are different, right? So it's trying to show that.
Right. That's the words of a deceiver, right? He's trying to hypnotize people to not ask a question. So he's speaking and saying, right, when that's called a subliminal suggestion. He's trying to see, this video is exposing him. And at the same time, like I said, I'm going to give you a breakdown of the tricknology that Muslims employ. So when he's saying right, as he's speaking, what he's trying to do is to deceive the gullible Muslim people who will click on this video. And that's why he's saying right. Because when he says right, that's like a subliminal message that he's sending out to make them feel like they don't have to question anything. Because when he says right, so you got to understand the satanic, demonic deception that he's employing.
The Jews and the Muslims, that we do not separate between the prophets, the Israelite prophets, or the Ismail alayhi salam, or the Prophet Muhammad, because remember, the Jews used to envy the Arabs, right? And
You heard he said the Jews used to envy the Arabs, right? You see how he just says that with no proof, no evidence? Where is he getting this from? He's just making blanket statements. And the Muslims are so dumb, they don't question anything. Okay? In Islam, how many of you remember that caller who called in to a Christian Prince, and he was a Somalian, and he said that they are taught to reject their logic when it comes to the Quran or anything that Muhammad says. So even if they see something that's illogical, they are taught to throw their logic away in the garbage can. And that's what you see him doing. He was raised and programmed since childhood to believe this garbage. So even when he sees something is not right, his programming kicks in. And then he has to he got to basically deceive himself. He doesn't really believe what he's saying, but he's in too deep. He can't leave the religion. He has a channel. He has to keep up, but deep, not even deep inside of him. He knows that everything I'll be saying is right. He knows it, but he got to keep the game up. Islam is just a hoax. It's just a game.
The Arabs of the Jahiliyyah times used to envy the Jews, since the Jews were from Isaac, and till today the Jews still envy the Ishmaelite Arabs because they know that they are from Ishmael.
That's the biggest. He said that Jews envy some Arabs. The Arabs don't have anything for Jews to envy. What would they be envying? Let's just continue play.
So the Prophet Muhammad, this is the reason the hadith came. And another reason,
why would Jews envy Arabs? Listen to the foolishness he's saying. Why would a Jew envy? And you know what the word envy mean? Envy means, he doesn't even know what the word envy means. Envy means when you are basically jealous of someone because they have something that you don't have. Okay? The Muslims say that the Jews had the holy books before anybody. So what would they be envious about when the Muslims and Muhammad plagiarized from the Torah? So why would they be envious when the Muslims are the ones who took all of the names from the Bible? They took Moses from the Bible. They took Abraham from the Bible. They took Isaac from the Bible. They took Ishmael from the Bible. All of their stories of Moses and Solomon, all of those names come from the Bible. So why would the Jews be envious of something that you stole from them? My.
Explained before that the Prophet Muhammad said that his Sharia is closest to the Sharia of Jesus alayhi salam. So it's similar. There's similarity in the Sharia. But the Sharia that if you were going to say from the time of Moses is way different. From the time of Noah is way different. From the time of Ibrahim, from the time of Adam is way different, right? So what is meant by paternal brothers in another tafsir of this hadith is that they are paternal brothers in faith, meaning that they are...
You heard he said, what does it mean in this hadith, paternal brothers? Paternal brothers in faith. That don't even make sense. Why would it need to say paternal if it just means brothers in faith? I'll repeat. Why does it need to say paternal if it just means brothers in faith? That don't make any sense. Only thing it would need to say is brothers. If it was a metaphor, it would just say brothers. It doesn't need to say paternal brothers. But the reason why he's using it, but the reason why he's saying that it's a metaphor is because of the problem with Adam. Okay? He's trying to get out of it. But let's continue.
Because this is the last part, but the religion is one, meaning they are paternal brothers in faith, because since the religion is one, so they are paternal brothers in faith. And their mothers are different, meaning their sharia, their laws are different, right? So for example, what was made halal at the time of Moses was made haram, some things that were made halal at the time of Moses were made haram at the time of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and some things that made haram at the time of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was halal at the time of Moses, right? So this is what we show here, and this is two explanations of this hadith. So according to this guy, if he's gonna go with the context that if Adam was a prophet, but is this, if he's gonna go with the context that Adam was a prophet, is the prophets here is plural, is referring to all prophets, does it include Adam here? It doesn't include Adam here, because Adam does not have a paternal father, which they can all go through, right? So it's referring to the prophets are paternal brothers.
So do y'all basically see what he just did? He's saying, this is what he's basically saying. So that's enough for that video. That's enough for that part. We're going to show you. Remember the question he asked. It doesn't say all the prophets. We're going to show you. We're going to show you. We're going to show you. And notice what he just did. He said, paternal brothers, it can't mean Adam, because Adam didn't have any brothers, because, he was explaining the reason why it can't mean Adam. He sees it. So basically he's saying, so it says the prophets. I see. He's basically telling you that he sees what the guy who left the comment sees. He's just not willing to accept that his prophet messed up. So he's saying it says the prophets, but Muhammad couldn't have meant Adam, because Adam didn't have a paternal brother. You see what he's saying? He's saying, he's basically saying that Muhammad, because Muhammad is, they think Muhammad knows everything. Because Muhammad knows everything, it's no way that he couldn't have known that Adam didn't have a paternal brother. So it's no way that Muhammad would have said the prophets and meant Adam as well. So obviously, no, Muhammad didn't mean Adam when he said the prophets. That's the logic that he's employing. That's very, very stupid. Now, let's get him busted. Let's go back to that part when he asked that question. Let's go back to that part. Y'all know me. I'm about to put in work now.
Is the hadith here saying all the prophets, right? All the prophets are paternal brothers. Does that mean that Adam, since he's also a prophet,
let's rewind it back. Is the hadith saying all the prophets? Let's rewind it back. We about to get them busted. You about to get busted, boy. You about to get busted, boy. No, he's a girl. Remember the hadith? We showed you that in the Muslim Jannah, they'll be able to get pregnant. The men will be able to get pregnant. So little girl, pregnant boy, you about to get busted.
Abraham, I'm going to ask him a question. Since he said that Adam is a prophet, is the hadith here saying all the prophets?
Boom. Is the hadith here saying all the prophets? Now, time for Brother Jacob to put in work. It's time for me to put this dagger in his chest. We about to sacrifice you, boy, to Allah. We about to sacrifice you, boy, and your prophet. We putting Muhammad on the altar and you side by side, and we about to put the dagger of truth in your chest and Muhammad's chest. Time to put in that work. Everybody, follow Brother Jacob. Time to put in that work. Now let's show you the hadith. Okay, he was on Sunnah.com, and we are also on Sunnah.com. I didn't mean for this video to be this long, but it ended up this long. It ended up this long. It is what it is. Now, this is the comment that the guy in his comment section left him. Narrated Abu Hurairah. Allah, Satan's apostle, said, both in this world and in the hereafter, I am the nearest of all the people to Jesus, the son of Mary. The prophets are paternal brothers. Their mothers are different, but their religion is one. Now, remember that question he asked? He was like, did it say all the prophets? Watch this, Muslim girl. You about to get busted. Now, If you scroll up, everyone, his prophet, he has a similar hadith to the hadith I just showed you. Let's show you. Let's pull it up. Let's make it big. Boom, busted. What does it say? Narrated Abu Hurairah. I heard Allah's messenger saying, I am the nearest of all the people to the son of Mary, and all the prophets are paternal brothers, and there has been no prophet between me and him. So here you have his prophet saying all the prophets are paternal brothers. Now, what did he say? He said that, no, it couldn't mean Adam when it said the prophets, but we're showing you another hadith on the same page with the one that he denied that it was saying all the prophets, even though Muhammad made no exception. See, I don't even have to pull this hadith up to get him busted. When it said the prophets, that was good enough. But I just want to use this one as well to compound the embarrassment upon him. That hadith that he read was good enough. This is just to compound so he don't have any excuses. We getting rid of any and all excuses that he can use. Let's read it again. Narrated Abu Hurairah. I heard Allah's messenger saying, I am the nearest of all the people to the son of Mary. And all, you see that, Muslim boy? What that say? Everybody, you see that word? That A-L-L? Let me highlight it. Let me highlight it. You see that? A-L-L, all the prophets are paternal brothers. Do you see that, Muslim girl? All the prophets are paternal brothers. You are destroyed, man. You a liar and you a deceiver. And it's sad, people. It's sad. You a liar, and you are a deceiver. And let's show him, now let me show you the example of what I was saying. Remember when I told you that if Muhammad wanted to make an exception, and if he wasn't referring to Adam when he said the prophets, then he would have said it. But he didn't make any exceptions. Now let me show you an example of Muhammad making an exception about something. Now, let's read the following. Narrated Sa'id bin al-Musayyib. Abu Hurairah said, I heard Allah's messenger saying, let me reread that. I heard Satan's messenger saying, there is, well, no need to reread it. Allah and Satan are the same thing. I heard Satan's messenger saying, there is none born among the offspring of Adam, but Satan touches it. A child therefore cries loudly at the time of birth because of the touch of Satan, except, here you see Muhammad making an exception. Except, you see that, Abdul? You see that, Muslim cheerleader? Except for who? Mary, okay. Who else, Muhammad? And her child. You see that? So here you have an example of Muhammad making an exception, okay? Now, let's give you an example of what Muslim cheerleader did before we leave. Now, let's use this very hadith before you. Let's pretend that it didn't say except Mary and her child. Let's read it how he tried to read the other hadith. Narrated Abu Hurairah, I heard Allah's messenger saying, there is none born among the offspring of Adam, but Satan touches it. A child therefore cries loudly at the time of birth because of the touch of Satan. Now let's pretend that after Satan, the except Mary and her child part wasn't in this hadith. If that was the case, and we showed him this hadith, you know what he would say? He would say, you see, where it says, I heard Allah's messenger saying, there is none born among the offspring of Adam, but Satan touches it. It's not talking about Muhammad, right? It's not talking about Muhammad, right? Because Muhammad is the last messenger, right? So obviously it's not talking about Muhammad, right? Right? It's not, let's use his accent. It's not talking about the Muhammad, right? Because as you see, right? And you can look in the tafsirs, right? It's not talking about the Muhammad, right? Abu Hurairah said, I heard Allah's messenger, right? And as you see, right? There is none among the offspring of Adam, right? But Satan touches it, right? And a child therefore cries, right? Loudly at the time of birth because of the touch of Satan, right? Now, if this guy want to say that this hadith is talking about Muhammad, he is wrong, because Muhammad is Allah's messenger, and we know that the Quran says that Allah protects Allah's messenger, right? So it's no way that it can be talking about Muhammad, even though it says that there is none born among the offspring of Adam, but Satan touches it. Even though it says it clearly, it can't be talking about Muhammad, because Muhammad is the last and final prophet. So that guy can't be. That's the same logic he was using when he was talking about Adam. Do y'all see now how that's how their mind works? When they see a problem, they come up with the most irrational and stupid, ideologies that you would ever imagine. But the reason why he can't do that with this hadith, because it clearly tells you, except Mary and her child. So that means Muhammad included himself, and he made an exception. So my point for saying all of this is that if Muhammad wanted to make an exception, he would have made an exception. Okay? Let's show you. Let's bring up that. But as you see what he did? It says the prophets. It doesn't make an exception. But because he realized, let's read it. Allah's messenger said, both in this world and in the hereafter, I am the nearest of all the people to Jesus, the son of Mary. The prophets are paternal brothers. Their mothers are different, but their religion is one. Okay? Because it gets his prophet busted, he has to say, it doesn't mean Adam, even though it says the prophets. Okay? But if his prophet wanted to make an exception, if he felt it was necessary to make an exception, he would have made an exception like he did in a hadith about Satan touching every child at birth. I hope y'all understood it clearly. I didn't mean this video to be 40 minutes, but sometimes you have to extend the length of the video. It is what it is. Hope y'all got some out of it. Tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. And like always, this is Brother Jacob signing out, and this is the False Prophet channel, where we get Islam busted and the false prophet of Islam, Muhammad, busted on a regular basis. And before we go, everybody, he told me that as soon as I upload my video, that he's going to upload a video about me. But I told him, I said, Abdul, if you upload a video about me, make sure you upload a video of me getting you busted. Refute what I'm saying. Here lately, I have refuted this girl numerous times. Even my last video, my latest video on my channel, he saw it and he can't refute it because he knows it's right. Just like I'm about to upload this video, and I have another video to upload. So he doesn't want to challenge me on these things because he knows that I have gotten him busted. So with that, this is Brother Jacob signing out.